and now a Planet Doug subscriber, the same one who set me up with the Mekong River Delta Tour, signed me up for another tour. This one is a half-day tour going to the Cu Chi tunnels.
Allow me to represent my company, TNK Travel, to give all of you a huge thanks for your coming to our country. Yeah, my name is Leo. Leo, yeah, I'm very happy to become your tour guide for you today.
So as part of the tour, before we get to Cu Chi tunnels, we've stopped off at this place, and it is called the Lamphat Company Handicapped Handicrafts. Definitely gives you the sense of something that has seen some battle, shot out of the sky, perhaps.
If you have problem with your knee, heart disease, low or high pressure, asthma, or you scared about dark or narrow, you cannot go down. Oh. Yeah, that's right. And bye bye. Oh, help me close the door for him. Maybe not. Oh, he disappeared. Oh my God.
Whoa, look at that. Man. And this is very hard. I wasn't sure what the walls would feel like, but they're like cement. So this is the last moment of the tour, and you can fire a gun. I chose the AK-47. Wow. You really, you feel it in your ears, you feel it everywhere. Good morning, welcome back to Planet Doug here in Ho Chi Minh City. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm standing outside of my tour bus. So I'm going on what I believe is the second group tour of my life. The first one was last week. I took a group tour with a company called SST Travel to the Mekong River Delta. And that was a full day tour. It worked out really well. I enjoyed it much more than I thought I would, to be honest. And now a Planet Doug subscriber, the same one who set me up with the Mekong River Delta Tour, signed me up for another tour. This one is a half-day tour going to the Cu Chi tunnels outside of the city. And I'll show you my tour bus right now. So that's my tour bus. We're here waiting for 2 more passengers. They got caught in a traffic jam. So there's 2 more coming. I think there's maybe 12 people in our group in total. I believe this tour company is called TNK, and I already met my tour guide, very friendly young man named Leo, and Leo was off here somewhere organizing the day, tracking down passengers, and we're just waiting for these two last guests to show up. And I won't talk a lot about the Cu Chi tunnels right now, of course, because I assume we're going to learn everything about them when we get there. But just a thumbnail sketch, of course, these tunnels were built by the North Vietnamese forces, by the Viet Cong, in their fighting. But it turns out, I think most people associate the Cu Chi tunnels with the Vietnam War, with the Americans. But in fact, according to what I read, these tunnels, the complex itself was first built during the Indochina War against the French from like 1945 to 1954. That was the Indochina War. So this tunnel complex in Cu Chi, and actually spreads all across Vietnam, started with the fighting with the French during the first Indochina War. And then with the war with the Americans, the Cu Chi tunnel complex and the whole tunnel system across the country was expanded and was made much bigger. And the other very interesting thing that I came across while I was reading is that the Cu Chi tunnels were of particular importance, a strategic planning base and strategic base for the Viet Cong during the Tet Offensive in 1968. So that's a pretty fascinating bit of history, I thought. So we're going to go look at the tunnels. I think there are 2 different sites we're going to visit. And exactly what happens during the day today, I'm not sure, but it is a half-day tour. When we see the tunnels, I'm sure there's going to be guides telling us about their history, and we'll have the opportunity to go down into the tunnels. So I think that's a very exciting part of the tour. So I'm going to be climbing around inside the tunnels at some point today. So there's Leo, our guide, and these might be our last two people. So time to get back on board.
Allow me to represent my company, TNK Travel, to give all of you a huge thank for your coming to our country. Yeah, my name is Leo. Leo, yeah, I'm very happy to become your tour guide for you today. And I would like to introduce our driver, Mr. Tom. But you can call him Tom Bruce. Tom Bruce, who have responsibility to make our trip safe and comfortable from now to the last day. Okay? Yeah. And do you want Mr. Tom stand up and turn around, say hello with you?
Not now.
Oh, okay. Me too, yeah. And today we are a group tour. We have totally 12 people, 12 tourists go together. And I would like to introduce one gentleman from Canada. Yeah.
That's me. Hello.
3 ladies from India. And 2 friends from, let me remember, England. England. 2 friends from Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, right? Oh, okay. 2 friends from Canada too, and 1 family from let me remember. Singapore. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I know you come from some different country, but I hope you feel happy and enjoy the tour together. Okay? Thank you so much. And before we start the journey, I would like to tell you briefly what we are going to do and what's included in the tour today. So in case if you realize something wrong with the tour program, please tell me right now. Okay? Today we are going to visit Cambodia. No?
No.
Where you go today? Gucci Tunnel. No Cambodia.
No Cambodia.
Okay.
You can take us to Cambodia.
Better Tom, put you
We don't
open
have
the door.
visa.
Okay, that's right. Today we're going to visit Gucci Tunnel, and this is a historical site. From Ho Chi Minh City, go to Gucci Tunnel. It's about 60 kilometers, and this takes about 1.5 hours to get there. It's the first time all of you come Vietnam to travel.
Yes.
Vietnam travel. So
Second time
the second time
for me.
but the first time in Gucci.
I went to Cu Chi the first time,
Oh my
but
God.
that was 30 years ago.
Maybe. Oh.
Yeah,
Maybe-
Vietnam is a completely different country now. Everything has changed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, introduce for everyone here a YouTuber. Okay, after the tour today, you become famous. Me too. Okay, maybe he know clearly than me. Do you want to change the tour guide today? Okay, from Gucci, this is a place Vietnamese soldier and the U.S. soldier fighting, shooting in the Vietnam War. And do you know? When you travel in Vietnam, do you know why some people call in here Ho Chi Minh City? Some people call here Saigon. Yeah, do you know why?
I think so. Well, Saigon is the original name. But
Original
then
name.
it was after the Vietnam War, they named the city after the leader of the North Vietnamese forces.
A big clap for him.
Yeah.
The president's
It's wrong.
name.
Ho Chi Minh.
It's wrong.
Oh, it's wrong. Okay.
South the president's
Okay. I will sing a song. Hello. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ho Chi Minh is named after a president.
After president.
Vietnam.
Yeah. Actually, at the first time, we don't call it here Ho Chi Minh City, or we don't call here Saigon. We call here Gia Đình. Gia Đình. Yeah. And when Vietnam have to travel a lot of war, we have 1,000 year colonial by China, 96 year colonial by France, 20 years with the US, and 4 years with Cambodia, Khmer Rouge. Yeah. So when the France colonial Vietnam, they changed the name from Gia Đình to Saigon. Yeah. And when we get independence from 1975, we changed the name from Saigon to Ho Chi Minh City. Yeah. But a long time, they call Vietnam colonial Vietnam a long time, nearly 100 years old. So the Saigon still keep in deeply in their mind, in the local people in here. Yeah, and you know, Saigon is easy to talk more than Ho Chi Minh City, right? And the local people in here, we just say Saigon, and people from another place, another province, we call here either Ho Chi Minh City. People from the north, Hanoi, from the central, call here Ho Chi Minh City, but the local people here still call here the Saigon. Yeah. And when we arrive Củ Chi Tunnel, we have to walk in around the jungle about 1 hour, and I for you a lot of challenge for you today. You have to go down and walking all around. Yeah. Have you ever go to the War Remnant Museum? Yeah. Oh. yeah. If you cannot hear me, okay. When you come to the War Remnant Museum, do you know about the Agent Orange? Yeah. When the U.S. soldiers come here, they drop a lot of poison, and among them is the Agent Orange. Because when Vietnamese soldier, we live underground and we live in the jungle, so the U.S. they don't realize we cannot find the Vietnamese people we hiding anywhere. So they drop the poison to destroy everything. Yeah, and the orange is the color. We have the Agent green, Agent blue, Agent white, but the orange is the extremely poison, mostly poison. Yeah, and at the first time it was kill a lot of people. It's affect more than 7 generations. Now it's generation 8 or 9. Yeah, but everything is better. But at the first time, the first, the second, and the third generation, everything is very terrible. Because when the people are affected by the Agent Orange, they cannot live like a normal person. They lost the body part. Yeah, and they deform. They deform and they cannot live a long life. So maybe they just can live nearly 20 years old and they pass away. Yeah. But now everything is better. But you know, when the people affected by Agent Orange, don't any company, don't any factory want to hiring them. So Vietnam government in the 1976 they open after we get independence, we open supply for the people get affected by Agent Orange. They make living by selling some products, selling by handmade products. And on the way we come there, I will stop at the place for you visit them. We will spend about 30 minutes to visit, and you can buy coffee, you can have breakfast in there, and after 30 minutes we will go straight to Củ Chi Tunnel. It's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And when we for you go down walking around, for you see a lot of trap in the Củ Chi. Yeah. For you enjoy the special food in Củ Chi Tunnel. In the past, Vietnamese soldier, Vietnamese people, we don't have a lot of food. We don't have enough food to eat. We just eat that special food. Yeah, for you try. In the past, we don't have enough rice. We just eat that food. Yeah, for you enjoy today. Okay? Yeah. And when we walk in and when we finish on, we will get out the jungle and go to shooting gun. But the shooting is not included in the tour. So if you want to shooting, you have to buy the bullet. Yeah, and just have to come there. And if you want to try, we because this belongs to the army. And you know I don't want to make noise with the army. Yeah. So if you want to try, just have you come there. Yeah. And if you don't want to try, we will go straight to Ho Chi Minh City. Okay? Yeah. And when you travel in Vietnam, you just travel in the south, or you travel from the north to the south?
North to the south.
North to the south.
So
Yeah.
this is the last stop for us.
The last stop.
Yeah.
So,
Last stop.
yeah. So do you know what is different between the north and the south? Because in the past, Vietnam was divided 2 countries.
Yeah.
The north follow communism, but the south follow capitalism. Yeah. So we have the different culture between the north and the south. The local people in the north, they love drink tea. Yeah. But in the south, we love drink coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah. At the first, when in the morning, when I see you, I will ask you, did you drink coffee? You want to drink coffee with me? And when you travel in Vietnam, how do you feel about the traffic? The traffic in Vietnam?
Nothing compared to India.
Compare, it's similar with India.
No, it's 100 times more.
Yeah. When you travel in here, do you know how to cross the road?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Just cross.
Just walk.
Just cross.
Do you know?
Yeah, just walk.
Just walk.
Just walk.
Okay, we saw you Vietnamese people. We have 3 steps to cross the road. Step 1, you raise your hand.
Oh.
Step 2, you close your eye.
Oh.
Yeah. And step 3, you pray. Yeah, just right, you can cross the road in Vietnam. And when you cross the road, you don't scare. If you scare, they never stop for you. Just close your eye and keep going. Yeah, they will stop for you, maybe. Okay. Okay, one from here go to the workshop, the handicraft. We need about 30 or 40 minutes, so you have time to take a rest or sleep again. And we wake up you, we come there. Okay? Yeah.
So as part of the tour, before we get to Cu Chi Tunnels, we've stopped off at this place, and it is called the Lamphat Company Handicapped Handicrafts. So it's a handicraft workshop, and they've been here since 1976. And their work is in support of giving a livelihood to handicapped people, with a particular emphasis on anyone that is still being affected today by Agent Orange. And of course, they bring us here in part because Agent Orange would be connected with the Vietnam War and the Cu Chi Tunnels where we're going to. But I've already walked through this entire area with a tour guide. And then there seem to be two basic processes. One where they're creating a type of art with eggshells. So here, for example, the eggshells are broken up into little pieces and then applied. And then painting is done. And a very similar kind of work is done with seashells. So there's also, yeah, I guess these are the pieces of seashell here. So you've got seashell and broken up eggshell.
This is the traditional dress in our country. We found it out, with mostly the red color, because this is our national color. It also expresses looking and happiness. We inlay eggshell, seashell, and hand painting together on rosewood body, which is the strongest wood in Vietnam.
It's a very long and involved process from what I can tell. That involves a lot of stages. So a piece of art would essentially move through this line, everyone doing a different type of work. And then it ends up, like here, for example, are more, the seashells.
And then we sprinkle it on top of the painting to create a special effect. It looks like sand, but it's just eggshell. Everything, only eggshell.
And then it ends up down here where there's a very complex and very long polishing process. I didn't quite understand all of the steps, but I did get the impression that it takes a very long time to do what they do here, where layers of lacquer are applied and then slowly polished down. So the work of art starts off fairly rough. The guide gave us a chance to feel it with the eggshell and the seashell, and had a very rough surface. But by the time it finishes going through this process, it's suddenly very, very smooth.
We cover up to 24 layers of lacquer to turn this painting completely black. And then we dry it under the sunlight for a few days. After that, we start polishing for 3 times. First time, we use wet stone. Second time and last time, we use sandpaper. After polishing for 1 week and a half, the black over or lacquer will wash out and the painting will refill. And you can have a touch to see that the surface is smoother than before.
And then the final process is where it gets its sheen and its shine, and that's what takes place here. I don't know what this is, but the guide described combining this with water and other ingredients, and then the artwork is given this high, shiny polish. As he said, you could even see your reflection in it.
So after finished polishing, the paintings are almost very beautiful, but we have to do one last step. By using car cream, we usually use this one to shining our car, right? And we mix it with hot water, turtle wax, and lemon juice to create a special liquid. And then we put on this painting and shining it using hand. After shining for a few days, these paintings are now very shiny, and you can even see your reflection from this painting.
And the guide mentioned that they don't sell any of this artwork online or through any other outlets. The only place they sell it is here at Lamphat itself, and then they have a very large showroom here where you can see all the finished work.
So after finish, we don't sell our products outside or online. We only sell our product here in our factory for people who spend their time to come here to learn and respect our culture. 60% of our profit will be used as a supply for the handicapped worker and their family. So if you want to support them, you can buy any furniture if you want. Thank you for your listening. And now please follow me to the showroom.
So it turns out they have a policy of no photography, no videography inside the showroom itself, so I couldn't show you what's in there, but it's all very beautiful pieces, different sizes. You see much more of what they make in the showroom than you actually see them working on. But the plates, the rectangular pieces like paintings, are much bigger ones, smaller ones, all sizes, and they make round plates as well, and bowls, tissue boxes, things you can use in the home. They're all very beautiful, but I didn't see any prices on them either, so I'm not quite sure what they all cost, but I could see if you have a home and you're heading home and you have room in your suitcase, some of this art would be very nice to purchase.
You want to get in the bus?
Oh, that's our bus. I was going to take a picture of the license plate so I could remember which one it is.
Just remember the last number, 90.
90. So yeah, this is our bus. I was heading up. I was going to get on some bus over there. I had no idea which bus was mine. But there it is there, our bus. Yeah, relatively small group. 12 people for a bus this size. It can hold quite a few more. Yeah, that was a very pleasant little detour on the way to the Cucci tunnels. Interesting place. And the final product in particular is quite impressive. What you see in the showroom, that's for sale. Though of course I didn't actually buy anything. I don't have room in my backpack and nowhere to put anything like that. So we've arrived. Just getting off the bus.
Yeah.
Here we are in the...
You see, welcome to Cucci Tunnel. Later, after we take the picture in here, we have to go inside the jungle over there.
I see.
Yeah, the Cucci Tunnel. We have the tunnel system right under you. Yeah, but we have the way for you go down inside. Yeah. Okay, everyone. You can see the tent and air wrap over there. If you can try the tent and air wrap over there, come back to your country and give it to you. Okay. Okay, the restroom over there. After you go restroom, you have 10 minutes to take a picture with the tent and arriving here. After that, we go inside the jungle to visit Trapdoor Tunnel. Okay? Yeah. Okay.
So here's a diagram, a map of the area. As I said, I think there are two main areas that are open to the public, but I don't know how they're connected or whether we're going to both of them. So there's the IM here, parking lot, ticket counter. You have paintball shooting, souvenir shop, Liberation Village. Huh. Guess it will all make sense. They have a collection of weaponry out here, of course. This is one I haven't seen at any other location.
Look at me.
C-130. I think that's actually a very famous type of plane. I've heard of that quite a few times, a C-130, basically a transport, or basically transporting everything. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been up close to one of these before. Very cool. And they've left it sort of in a state of disrepair, almost like it's just been rotting out in the jungle. I kind of like that, the way that it's been left to look like this. Like it needs a paint job, needs some work before it ever gets airborne again. Classic Huey in, yeah, even a worse state of disrepair. That's very cool. Yeah, another Huey from 1956. It was manufactured. The whole front of it is missing. Definitely gives you the sense of something that has seen some battle, shot out of the sky, perhaps. Still has the rotors attached. They're not in great shape either. That's interesting. Like I said, a lot of the military equipment that I've seen at the War Remnants Museum and other places were in kind of much better condition than you'd expect. And a lot of them had been painted again and all sort of painted the same color. It's actually kind of more interesting to see it looking like this. Yeah, and everybody's climbing in and out, so yeah, let's do it, I guess. There's the cockpit. And that would be your view if you were sitting in the cockpit of the Huey.
Sir, do you want to take picture? You make the video. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm always shooting video.
Okay.
Does your family have any history with the war that you know about?
Actually, just my grandfather. My grandfather joined the war, but he don't want to my father join the war because you know, very easy war skill by bomb, by weapon, by poison, everything. So
Okay.
my father. My grandfather.
Grandfather?
Yeah. They don't allow my father join the war for the hiding. Yeah. Because when in the past, Vietnamese people, the old people, they have a lot of children, maybe more than 10 children. But when they join the war, they don't have anyone come back. Yeah, so very sad. Yeah, when you come to War Remnant Museum, you see some mum, have a lot of mum. And you can see the statue, the mother statue, made by the bomb fragment. She feel very angry because she have more than 12 son join the war, but don't have anyone come back with her. Yeah, they feel very angry, but she cannot do anything. You know, the US, the the #1 country about the weapon, about everything. So also we very angry, but we cannot do anything. Yeah. Okay.
So we're heading inside the complex now, but I'm going to stray in this direction just for a second because I walked right by this tank. Fits in with the theme here of all of this weaponry being, having seen some battle, having seen some damage. Again, very different from everything else I've seen. So what type of tank is this? M48 Patton tank, manufactured in 1950. All right. So we're heading inside. And he was pointing at the ground over here, saying that there's actually tunnels underneath us all over here. We don't see them now, of course. Yeah, I have a few questions about this place that I don't know if they're going to be answered. The main one is whether these tunnels, like why were the Cu Chi tunnels, which are of such strategic importance, located here? We're quite far away from the center of Saigon. It's like 55, 60 kilometers away. So it's not like the soldiers could be underground here and then pop up and be in the middle of the city and start fighting. So what was of importance out here that there's nothing around here but jungle and empty land? But anyway, we'll see if we learn some of those things.
Okay, everyone, you can see. Do you know him over there? Do you know him?
Ho Chi Minh.
Ho Chi Minh, that's right. Ho Chi Minh, he's the first president in Vietnam. And in 1911, he go to a lot of countries in the world, like America, like Germany, like China, and some country in South Africa, to find a way to save the country.
France as well, right? Wasn't he a student in France?
Yeah, France also with them with the America. We just have problem with the government in the France. We don't have also we have a lot of friends in the front. Come here, yeah. And this is a national flag of Vietnam. The red color represents for blood inside, and represent for communism. Yeah. And the yellow color represents for the skin of Vietnamese people. And 5 boy star represent for 5 classes in Vietnam: scholar, worker, a farmer, soldier, and business people. Yeah. And in the back, the national flag of Vietnam have 3 colors. I will show you later. Because in the back, Vietnam was divided 2 countries, the north and the south. So the red color represents for the north, and blue color represents for the south. And yellow color represents for the skin, still represent my skin. Okay, everyone, come closer. Do you know what this gun?
M6.
Yeah, that's right. This is the M16 gun, a legendary gun of the US soldier. But it has the big problem. It usually get the bullet jam inside, and a lot of the US soldier was killed by this problem. Because when they shooting, they have to fixing the gun. So a lot of US soldier was killed by this problem. And the fighting range of the M16 about 800 meters.
So when you find something war left behind, make a quick call.
Okay, we'll show you later.
And then send it to someone.
Okay, everyone, you still remember the helicopter? You take the picture over there. Yeah, this is the machine gun. In the early morning, the US soldier, they use the helicopter. They fly around the sky with machine gun here and shooting everything to destroy the whole jungle, destroy everything. And we don't have any place to live in and hiding. We have to live in and hiding underground. And you can see the picture over there. This is the US soldier. He tried to go inside the tunnel system. This is the tunnel system underground. Yeah. And you can see the body of US soldier very big. Look like a happy Buddha. You know happy Buddha?
Yeah.
So when he go down, he on fit. Yeah. So he cannot go continue, or he cannot go out. He gets stuck. So he has to waiting for another soldier go inside, help him go out, or waiting for pass away. Yeah. But you know the body of Vietnamese soldier in the bus, because we don't have enough nutrition, we don't have enough food, we very slim and slow. Nearly 20 years old, but we slow, very slow. Yeah. So we can easy to move on the route, but the US soldier they cannot. Okay. Are you ready to go inside? Okay. I want to show you the AK-47, but they very.
That would be the main weapon of the Viet Cong, was the AK-47.
AK. Do you know Viet Cong? What does it mean?
Like Kalishnikov?
Viet Cong. Have
Oh,
you ever
Viet
heard?
Cong,
Yeah, Viet
okay.
Cong. Viet Cong easy to understand. Viet Cong is the Vietnamese soldier in the south follow communism. In the past, the north the capitalism, the north is the communism, the south capitalism. But in the south we still have a lot of soldier, a lot of people follow communism. So we call they are Viet Cong. Yeah, Viet Cong. Easy the Vietnamese follow communism. Vietnamese in the south follow communism. You can see this is the M16, and do you know what this?
It's the M6.
He a real soldier, right?
He's
Really?
Joking.
Oh my god. That's right. This is the AK-47, a legendary gun of Vietnam. But it's it's was raised by Russia and produced mostly by China. And armored AK-47 gun in Vietnam it come from China. Do you know why?
and this one you just
Because Vietnam and China also follow communism. Yeah. And Vietnam very near with China. So in case if the US can take over Vietnam, they can easy to attack China. Yeah, if they want. Yeah. If you know China and US they have a big problem. And in the past the US is #1 country about the weapon. So when they colonial Vietnam, they can easy to control China. Yeah. Okay. And the fighting range of the AK-47 about 1 kilometer. Yeah. Okay. Now are you ready to go inside the jungle? Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Okay. This way. This way.
yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, this is this one actually they count the whole and this little stuff you can
So there's the official entrance, and we all got a
Okay.
sticker
Okay, everyone.
to show that we're part of this tour group.
You
and we
can see
paid.
we have a lot of rule here. But remember, only one rule. Always follow your tour guide. Because in here we don't have Wi-Fi. So if you get lost, I cannot find you. You cannot find me. And you have to sleep in here tonight. Okay? Okay, sleep well. Okay.
Yeah, safety rules, fairly common sense. And as Leo said, the most important rule is just stick with him. Don't go wandering off and get lost. Yeah, as I said on the bus, I came here once before, decades ago,
I did too. Yeah.
but I have no real memory of it.
I do. What's the matter? What are you screaming about? Oh, no, with a little slug.
Centipede,
Centipede.
or I always get them confused. Centipede or millipede?
Might be millipede because it's bigger.
Nah, these guys are harmless.
Yeah, of course they are.
I get them in my hotel rooms all the time. They come in, look around, and go out again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a couple more of them.
Yeah.
More here too. Yeah, big one.
It won't hurt you. Oh, you're stepping on it.
Oh,
Don't worry. When the rainy season, we have a lot of it. Yeah, it's ready. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Can you guess what it is? Snake.
or-
This is a
To look.
breathing
No.
Breathing hole.
Bring.
breathing.
Breathing. Oh, that's right. Yeah. When have you ever wondered when we live underground, about 8 to 10 meters? So how we can have enough air, oxygen. Yeah, that's right. This is air ventilation. Yeah. And when we live underground, we have to use the plastic pipe or the bamboo. We put from here, go inside underground to get the air ventilation. So what did we do to make the US? The US soldier, they cannot realize it. We made it look like the termite mouth. Yeah, you see, it look like the termite mouth. Yeah, but the US they use the shepherd dog to smell Vietnamese soldier hiding underground, and we had to use the chili. We mix with the black pepper, and we put inside this area. And
black pepper.
chili and black pepper. Yeah, and the dog cannot smell again. Yeah, but day by raining or something, the dog still realize it, and we have to use the uniform of the U.S. soldier. We put underneath to make distract the dog. Yeah. And because we have a lot of activity on the route, we have sleeping bunker, meeting bunker, kitchen bunker, everything. So we have to follow 3 rules. We have to cooking without smoke. Yeah, cooking without smoke. Go in without shell. We don't go in like this. Yeah, we go in without shell. And talking without sound. We're not talking. We use body language. Actually, we still live in the jungle. And when the US soldier they attack very strong, we hiding on the route. Yeah, we not live on the route all the time. Yeah. When we live on the route and we live in the jungle, Vietnamese soldier we set up a lot of trap, a lot of bomb, landmine, everything. So how we can remember the trap in where and the way on the route? Yeah, here's your answer. This is the uniform of the Vietnamese soldier in the wartime, and you can see we have 2 kinds of uniform. One is black color and one is green color. Do you know what is different between them?
Men and women?
No. The men also wear the black.
Okay.
The women also wear the ring.
So it makes for the forest? No, they can shoot.
Okay, it's wrong. Do you know?
Dark inside the tunnel?
The dog?
Dark for inside the tunnel?
No. The ring soldier is the soldier from the north. The north soldier he come from the south. He come the south to have the south get independence. But he come here. He don't know the trap in where, the way on the route. So he need black uniform in here. This is the local people, the regular. In the morning see the farmer, the not farmer normal. But in the evening or in the night, he become the real soldier. And she will show him the trap in where and the way on the route. But he will training for her how to shooting, how to fighting with the US soldier. Yeah.
Helping each other.
Yeah. And you can see in here, this is the national flag of Vietnam in the past. We have 3 colors. The red color represents for north, blue the south. Yeah, and yellow still represent. Yeah. But I have the black skin because I'm tour guy. I have to walk in on the sun every day. Yeah. Okay, you want to take picture?
Yes.
Okay. This is the hammock, and one hammock like this in the past spent for 3 people. Yeah, 1 people will take the rest with sleeping, and 2 people will carry. Yeah, carry. By this way, we move from the north to the south, just walking. Because in the past we very poor. We don't have money to buy the helicopter. We don't have truck. We don't have van. Don't have motorbike. Don't have anything. We just walking from the north to the south, and we will train the people to take the rest every 1 hour. Yeah. Okay. Who want to try? Who want to sleep first? Okay.
This is something I remember quite clearly from my first visit long ago. Looks like they still have the same display.
Okay, everyone,
It
come
hasn't
closer.
changed.
Sir, please help me. Okay, everyone, this is the tunnel system, the model diagram of more tunnel system on the route. You can see in the route, the US they use the weapon, the poison to destroy everything. And the jungle you see nowadays, just a recovery, regeneration. Yeah, in the past it's empty. Yeah, and we have to live in on the route. On the route we have totally 3 levels. The first level about 4 meters. The second level about 6 meters. And the last level about 8 to 10 meters. When you go down and down deeper, it's more and more narrow. Yeah. The first level you have to go like this. Yeah. The second level you go like this. And the last level you sleepy like this and rolling. Yeah. In the first level we have some. This is the meeting bunker, the kitchen bunker. This is the special kitchen. When you cooking, it's gray smoke, right? So when we cooking on the route, we have to control smoke. And when it fly into the route, it look like the foggy. Yeah. And this is the sleeping bunker. This is the storage bunker. This is the fighting bunker. If you see in here, we have the hole in here. We put the gun there and shooting. When the US soldier realize me in here, I will use the tunnel system, move to another fighting bunker and continue to fighting with them. Yeah. You still remember it? Yeah, that's right. This is air ventilation. Can you guess why this bunker it look quite different with another bunker? Do you know why? Because when the US soldier they drop the bomb into on the route, This bunker is different to Detroit. So it's meant for women. It's meant for pregnant women. And wounded soldier in here. And this is Saigon River. In the past, the US, they dropped the poison into Saigon River. So we cannot use the water in here to drinking or cooking. We have to use the water in here. This is the water well. And we just use the water in here to cooking and drinking. We don't take a shower. Because we live underground and we live in the jungle. So we always dirty. But don't worry, the smell is still good. And you can see we have a lot of trap inside underground. It's made of bomb rockman, bomb cell. Bomb cell. It's very sharp. And it's the real killer because when it's exploded, it attacks everywhere in your. That's right. Kill you. Attack everywhere in your body. And Vietnamese soldier, we use it to make the toll like this and digging. We just digging by hand. Because we don't have machine, don't have electric. Just digging by hand, and we have totally 250 kilometers long in the route. Okay, thank you. Thank you. It belongs to Vietnamese soldier. And blue color, we have a lot of blue color. This is the base of the US soldier. And Dong Du base is the biggest base of the US soldier in the South Vietnam. And from here, the US, they attacked Indochina. Do you know Indochina? Indochina is some country between India and China. Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia. From here. And the pink color, the fighting zone between the US and Vietnam. And the yellow color is lay span for the farmer, the local people in here. You can see we have a lot of black ply inside. This is the tunnel system underground. We have totally 250 kilometers long underground. And you see a red dot in here. A lot of red dot. Red dot, this is the fighting bunker. For example, when I shooting in here and the US soldier realize me, I will use the tunnel system, move to another fighting bunker and continue to shooting with them. And now is the first challenge for you. Before you go down the route. Okay, are you ready to go down? Okay. This way. This way.
This is quite interesting. It kind of answers one of my questions about why this area was important. I guess it's much larger than I imagined. So that whole red area was controlled by the Viet Cong, and there's Ho Chi Minh City there. And this is the model of the tunnel system that he was talking about. The one thing that impressed me quite a bit was the fire pit, a way to circulate the smoke from the fire until it reaches the top and take away a lot of the smoke, so it looks like fog by the time it comes up to the surface. Found that to be interesting. We're heading deeper into the jungle. This has been a big part of my journey so far. There's so many of these everywhere. There's dozens of them all over the ground. Really beautiful. But I'm under orders not to get lost, so I better catch up with my group.
This is the first challenge for you, everyone. You still remember the water well. The water where we get the water to cooking and drinking. It's here. And it's first challenge for you. But I have to warn you. If you have problem with your knee, heart disease, low or high pressure, asthma, or you scared about dark or narrow, you cannot go down. Okay? But I think you're still okay, everyone. And it's here very easy. You go down here and you go up over there, just 15 meters. Today I for you try three bunker, and the first and second is very easy. But the last bunker we still keep original size, and now we make it bigger for you, easy to try. Okay? Okay, let's go.
So our guide was just saying that on the tour, we're going to have the opportunity to go underground 3 times. And so we're in a group right now taking turns. This very first one is a tunnel that goes by the underground well. He was saying that there were times when the Americans poisoned the rivers around here. So they actually had their own source of water underground here. They had their own wells. And this tunnel takes you underground, not that far. You can see over there it comes up again, so maybe 50 meters at the most. And this is one of the tunnels that they've widened. So there we are, underground water well. And my poor GoPro has been overheating quite a bit. So we'll see if I can make it through this tunnel. The steps are a bit tricky. They're actually angled downwards. So you could, if you're not careful, yeah, you could slip on these. Yeah. There we go. I'm very glad that they widened this one for me. Oh, so there's the well. Oh man, that is impressive actually. That is an achievement to dig that far down. You can feel the humidity in here just skyrockets as soon as you come to the bottom. Look at that. Can you imagine digging that out, having to go down into that? And there's the this side of the tunnel, and then this would be the exit. I'm actually having trouble just because I have my knapsack on. And it makes me a little bit taller when I'm hunched over. Maybe I can leave it behind with our guide for the next tunnel. Whoa, look at that. Man. And this is very hard. I wasn't sure what the walls would feel like, but they're like cement, rock hard. Not muddy at all. Huh. Wow. This is quite something. Yeah. You can hear my knapsack scraping against the top. And then I guess the tunnel, yeah, heads off in that direction. And not a moment too soon, there's daylight. One thing I've been thinking about is that they showed us the irrigation, or not the irrigation, but the air tunnel to let air down in. I can't think of the name right now. But I started to doubt that it could have much effect. Like ventilation, yeah, that's what it was. A ventilation channel. And from what I've seen of modern tunnel systems, you have to have powerful fans, big ducts to get enough air into the tunnel system. Something like that. These little, he was talking about them looking like a termite mound. So it would look exactly like this, but it would have a hole in it to let air into the tunnel system. But the number of ventilation tunnels like that I saw wouldn't be nearly enough to get enough air down there. They must have suffered from oxygen deprivation as well.
Oh, my YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. Right behind you.
Okay, who wants to try the grill? Yeah. The big wrapper.
Good for
Oh,
you.
your husband the grill social YouTube.
He's like into big.
Yeah. From here. You go down. Step 1, you go down first. Yeah, go down slowly. Step 2, you hold the lid and try your hand. Yeah. That's right. You hold the lid and try your hand. Be careful with your finger. When you go down, you turn right and you go up over there.
I can go in and come back from that way.
Yeah, then try that.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah, we can do this.
What?
Strings on my neck. Ouch.
Yeah, that's right. And go down slowly. Bye bye. See you in England.
Oh my god, that is awful.
Oh my god.
Well done. Good for you.
Okay, you can try bigger over there.
Oh, they've actually gone through it.
You turn right.
Awesome.
You nearly.
That's it.
Oh my God, why not? Okay, one. Yeah.
I don't think I can take that with me.
Okay.
Or even my glasses. Would you hold on to those for me? I don't know whether I'll go or not, but I'll take a look. Because it looks so small.
Yeah, the view side. I don't know how to make it in a video, sorry. I should.
Wow.
Yeah. That's right. And bye bye. Oh, help me close the door for him. Maybe not. Oh, he disappeared. Oh my God. Maybe he go up over there. Oh, now I am YouTuber. Ho Chi Minh. Okay, say hello. Actually, I don't know how to make it in a video. I just have him. Oh!
I wasn't sure where I was going to come up.
Good that you choose the 250-kilometer path.
I have to turn diagonally to get my shoulders out of there. And I'm not even a big guy that way. Whoa. Even my hips won't go through. So,
You can see the door in here is bigger. You see? Yeah. So we make it bigger for you, easy to try. Yeah. Yeah.
That's light.
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah.
There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You want to try?
Does anyone want to try? You? Okay.
Yeah, once you get through the opening, then you're okay. Then it's the same as the other tunnel.
Okay, everyone.
But getting through that hole, that's touchy.
Do you know what this? Maybe you know.
You feel like you're going to get stuck.
Shooting. That's right. This is a fighting bunker, a shooting gun. Yeah. We put the gun in here.
You sitting on that sandwich.
We don't need to see anything. We just put your gun here, but shoot it. Yeah. And when the U.S. soldier realize me in here, I will use the tunnel system. Move to another. Yeah. We have a lot of the fighting bunker like this in the jungle. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's go.
So what he was talking about here was this, that would be quite deadly. But yeah, here's the a shooting bunker. So from there, you can actually aim a gun. Here's one of my friends here. Hey, buddy. Yeah, these guys would have been around during the Vietnam War as well. So the tunnels would have been filled with them. The soldiers would have been quite friendly with them. So yeah, and then he's covering it up. Get some leaves over the top, so get the camouflage back. Yeah. Yeah, obviously, if you didn't know it was there, you'd never see it. And imagine if you were an American soldier walking down this trail, and there's the gun bunker right there. Yeah. Very scary things, these tunnels. Which leads me to my other question, which is basically, how effective were these tunnels in reality? We hear a lot about them, they get talked about a lot, they get shown in movies because they're so dramatic. But I don't know, I have trouble believing that they had a very big impact on the war in general. A psychological impact maybe, but in modern warfare, I don't know.
Maybe all of you see it. What do you want to try? This is the bamboo chop, the puppy bamboo chop. In the past, Vietnamese soldier, we use it to chop the animal because we live in the jungle. So we chop the animal like tiger, like elephant. But in the wartime, we use it to chop the U.S. soldier. Yeah. And you know, when the unlucky soldier fall down, he needs at least 2 people or more to help him get out of the chop. Yeah. And because the U.S. soldier, they think because we have a lot of bamboo chop like this in the jungle, so maybe the next person will be them. They feel scary, and their operation will slowly. Yeah. And on the top, we also camouflage by leaf or rust on the top, same with the secret entrance. Yeah. And do you want to try? No? Okay. Maybe lady first.
And there's the sharpened bamboo stakes at the bottom. Not sure what they're called here. I want to say punji for some reason. Punji stakes? I don't know where I'm getting that word from.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, one. You still remember it? Yeah, the bomb raider, the bomb hole. And after the war, we have 500,000 tons of bomb in this Gucci land, just in Gucci land. Yeah. And you can see when the bomb 52 exploded, it attacked deeper 4 meters. So a lot of soldiers, although we hiding and we living and hiding underground, so we still was killed by bomb. Because when it exploded, it attacked 4 meters, more 4 meters, and the level 1 just 4 meters. Yeah. Very scary.
Yeah, the depth of that crater would have reached all of these tunnels that we've gone through. It's deeper than those tunnels.
In here, just one of a lot of trap in Gucci. In here, just a bamboo trap, and we show you a lot of trap. Yeah, inside. And next is the challenge for you. This is the medical bunker. It's very easy, just 5 meters.
5 meters,
Yeah.
okay.
Go down here and you go up over there. Yeah, easy.
So we have another tunnel. This one is relatively short, I'm told, and this heads into the military health bunker. Right there. So looks like it's been dug out to be relatively tall. Oh, okay. Ah, my eyes are slowly adjusting, but there's a couple of cots here. And there's the entrance. Yeah, you can feel the burn in your thighs. I'm not joking. After you go through a few of these and you haven't really been doing any sports or exercising, yeah, you've got some thigh burn going on. Being bent over like this. It's a lot harder than you would think. Yeah, I could see quite a few visitors here who aren't aware of their limitations, like older people or anyone with health problems, coming down into one of these and getting in trouble. Even the one I went into with the tiny door, you really have a sense of claustrophobia as soon as you get into them. Oh, I thought there were people here from my tour group, but they're a mock-up of the doctors at work. Again, can you imagine doing this underground like this, in this humidity?
And in the bus, because we live in the jungle and we live underground, but we don't have mosquito spray to protect themselves. So a lot of Vietnamese soldiers was killed by malaria. Yeah, not by weapon, not by poison, not by US, but by malaria. Yeah. Okay, the next, for you try the next bunker. Okay, how for you?
So I missed most of what he said here, but he said something that I was reading about earlier, that malaria was a major problem for the Viet Cong, the forces of fighting the Americans, and a very high percentage of the soldiers had malaria. My guide is carrying my backpack for me while I went in the tunnel, but he still has it. Poor guy, I'm making him carry all my heavy camera gear.
Easy, right? Because we make it bigger. But in here, the mid-team bunker, we still keep original size. And you have to try 20 meter, 40 meter, 60 meter. It depends on your health. When you go down 20 meter, you will see, when you go down, you see some people, they meeting. And at that time, you have two options. When it go up at the 20 meter over there. And when we have two ways. One it go up at the 20 meter, one it continue go to 40 meter. It is the level 2. It's deeper and narrow. Yeah. So when you go to, you try go continue, you have to 40 meter and 60 meter. It's very deep and narrow because if we still keep original size, okay? Yeah. If you understand and if you ready, follow the soldier over there.
Can someone my height make it through? You think it's okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah?
It's okay.
I think I'll be on my knees. There's no way I can go like this the whole way. I'll be on my hands and knees.
Okay. Give me.
I feel bad. You got loads.
Give me. Yeah.
sure?
I do my gym
Thank
in the
you.
morning.
Just remember I went down there. If you don't see me on the other side, send someone in.
Viet underground YouTuber.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Okay, so as the guide said, this tunnel has 3 sections that get deeper and then narrower. This is still the section that was made bigger for tourists, I think. So I can't imagine it getting smaller.
Yeah, that is the thing they never done before.
So
You know, they make
it's a relief to get into one of these rooms.
And then with that video, it was sent directly to the public CCTV in the USA. And then it's become the, you know, the long way follow me. It's become the
Long way, follow you.
Yes.
This is to go out.
They go out 3 meters. Go out. And the one.
How long? How? 20.
40 meters. But I think it gets smaller too.
That's the problem.
Yes, level 2.
Can he go in? Is it no, because of his size?
Yeah, it can set down.
If your thighs are, I think I'll be on my hands and knees for sure. My thighs can't do it the whole way.
Okay, be careful. No, I'm gonna go. Be careful, Baba.
So the tunnel rats are going in.
Thank you.
From here, we have some more options. Everybody, if you want to continue moving, there's many options for you.
Ooh. So I don't think we can see very much in the dark with my GoPro, but so far I'm still walking, bent over. I haven't been reduced to hands and knees yet, but it's gonna happen soon. Oh.
Careful, also.
Yeah, I keep hitting my head. So now we're getting lower. Wow. Lower. Lower and smaller. I'm butt scooting now. Yeah, there isn't much down here in the way of light either. Just a little bit right there.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna get out.
I'm gonna get out. So do I have to go left to go out?
The left is out.
Okay, I'll meet you on the other side.
Don't get left. You turn that way.
Stay safe.
So, left takes you out, and ahead is another 20 meters. I don't have anybody behind me, so I can go as slow as I want. It's a little bit harder because I'm holding the camera. Oh, I heard voices behind me. I thought they were right behind me, but the sound really carries. I can't see anyone. So we go this way. You can hear my breath. This is not easy for me. And there's the light. Look how small that is to get out. I think I have to crawl underneath. There we go. Yes. Oh, thank you. Oh. Thank you. Not easy. Not easy for me. All right. Oh, more yet. Oh, there we go. You better go ahead of me. I'm very slow. One more section. I'm taking a breather, and our tunnel guide, he's waving me off a little bit. Yeah, I'm drenched in sweat. All right, last part. Wow.
Whoa!
I thought this last section was much farther.
Yeah.
So I was resting and he was fanning me and I thought, okay, this is nice. This is nice. But it was a very short.
Yeah. Thank you so much. The soldier helped you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your bag, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now we go to have lunch. Okay, now go this way. Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on your age, fitness level, your knees and thighs, whether you want to go in there or not, I leave it up to you. But even I made it through, so anybody can. It's just not always going to be easy.
With the fire. Yeah. And because it have a lot of calorie inside, so it makes you full longer. But it don't have any nutrition, so it cannot have the soldier ground up. Yeah.
We eat it with like.
So he's saying that this is tapioca. I think he said tapioca. And it was a meal that was very common for the Viet Cong. They didn't have access to a lot of food. And this was something they did have, and they lived on this. Not the best meal, but... And he said they didn't even have sugar. So, see what it tastes like on its own. Pretty tasteless. Doesn't taste like anything. Yeah. I think even potatoes have more flavor than this. Casava. But modern world, we have access to sugar. Let's try with the sugar. Sugar and peanuts. Makes it much, much better. But if you're really, really hungry, this would fill you up. Like you'd have to be really hungry.
Okay.
Yep. There's more room here.
When the soldier from the north, they come the south to have the south, have a lot of soldier, they fall in love together. Yeah. But they cannot get married because they live in the wartime. So maybe today they fall in love together, but tomorrow just only one people still alive. Oh God. Yeah. Okay, welcome to my sneaker store. Yeah. Okay, everyone, this is the Ho Chi Minh sandal. Yeah. Normally, when you wear the sandal, you will wear the sandal like this, right? Yeah. But in the wartime, we wear the sandal like this. Yeah. Because when we step forward, the foot ring we back behind. Yeah. We use it to make confused for the US soldier. Yeah. And it's made from the tires, or you can see over there. Yeah. So maybe after 10 years, it's not broken. Yeah. It's broken. Okay, you can try it if you want. You want to try? Okay. Yeah. You want to see?
Yeah. Sure. So the idea is that these are backwards. So this is the instep, and these are the toes, so that the footprints you leave behind are backwards. I don't think my foot will fit in there.
I have a lot of size. Yeah, I have
I need a big size.
That's right.
So yeah, that one fits a little bit better. So,
Yeah.
whoops. Backward sandal, so I leave backwards footprints. You see that in movies all the time. They trick the bad guys by walking backwards.
That's right.
Yes, that's it.
But not every day we wear like this. Someday we wear like this. Someday we wear like this. Yeah, someday we wear like this. Someday we wear like this. And someday we mix two sides. Yeah. Yeah.
So the Americans never knew what was going on.
Maybe they still knew. They still know about it.
But yeah, he was saying they, of course, make these sandals out of old tires, which makes perfect sense. There wasn't a lot of rubber around like that. I'm sure they use the rubber for a lot more than just the sandals.
Okay, everyone. In the past, the weapon very expensive. So Vietnamese people, we're very poor. We don't have any enough money to buy the weapon. So we have to collect the weapon and the bomb of the U.S. soldier. After that, we battle with them. We come here and we cut the bomb. We cut the weapon to get the gunpowder inside. And we use the gunpowder to make the landmine. Do you know landmine? Yeah. Landmine, when you step on it, yeah, if you put your leg out, boom. This is a place to make the landmine. Okay, let's go. This is the place to make the landmine.
Oh, animatronics. Can't imagine this was a safe work. The bomb didn't explode when it landed,
They go up first.
but now they're cutting it open to get at the gunpowder,
Hot inside, right?
at the charges. But they're creating heat by doing that. And then making a landmine, homemade. Very cool.
Okay. And this is the fish shop. The fish shop, when you step in the middle, you step here, and you want to put your leg out, the hook in here, you give dipper in your leg. Yeah. So you have to bring the whole shop like this to come back your house. So it have another name, is a souvenir shop. This is the ambit shop. Ambit shop like this. When you step in the middle, it attack the ambit, and he gets stuck like this, very hard. Yeah. This is the window shop. Oh, this is the window shop, and you okay. And when you step middle, it attacks two sides. Yeah, that's right, two sides their body. And this is the rolling shop. Rolling in the dip. When you step on this shop, you cannot survive.
Why?
Why? You want to try? This is the door shop. The U.S. soldier, they don't believe the local people, the farmer in here. They think the farmer, the local people in here, for the Vietnamese soldier hiding in their house. So the farmer in here make the door like this. When the U.S. soldier attack the door, see, the U.S. soldier have to hold this box, and this box will continue attack two bones of their body, and he cannot have baby in the future. But after that, the U.S. soldier, they kill the whole village. Yeah.
The question I raised earlier about the true strategic effectiveness of the tunnel system in like in a major military campaign. kind of holds true with the traps as well. We've seen those traps all the time, shown in documentaries, movies, places like this. And they have a profound psychological effect when you see them, of course. But I don't know how effective they were in actual battle, and essentially whether a significant number of enemy combatants fell into one of those traps, stepped into one of them. Landmines for sure. Like an actual landmine field, I can see being very effective, but those individual traps, I don't know. I mean, I haven't read anything about them being effective or not effective. Or somehow it seems like if a lot of American soldiers were hurt in one of those traps, we'd sort of know about it, see pictures of it, hear stories about it, but in my lifetime, I never have. I've seen samples of the traps, but I've never seen any documentary evidence of them actually having an effect. But hey, if I know those traps are out there, I'm not going into the jungle. So there you go. That makes them effective right out of the gate. In case you're curious about doing the Cu Chi Tunnel tour, you don't have to worry about bathrooms. There's actually public bathrooms like this, strategically placed at many points, so you can always pop inside when you need to. I take advantage of a bathroom whenever I see one, because I hate being trapped on a bus. It's a nice environment here, though. If I stop talking for a second or two, you'll hear the cicadas. Very loud. But it may not look it from my face how badly I'm sweating, but it's much cooler here in the jungle than in the sidewalks of Ho Chi Minh City. So there's one more part of the tour that's optional. It's not covered by the tour fee, but you can pay to fire a weapon of some kind. And I missed the introduction to this, but we'll find out what this is all about. And then we head back to Ho Chi Minh City. Here's the price list. AK-47, K63, and M60. Oh, an M16, so you can fire the classic American gun or the classic Vietnamese.
What's the plan now? Go back to Ho Chi Minh. Are we going to Ho Chi Minh now?
Go to shooting gun. But if you don't want to shooting, you can get in the car to waiting. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we go watch?
You can go inside to see.
Yeah.
But you have to go to upstairs, and it's just paid for shooter. If you want to see, go upstairs to see. Yeah.
So we're taking the bus to the shooting range.
Yeah.
Not this one.
No here. No here.
Okay. We all get in the bus.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't have to wait just come here?
No shooting here. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not here. It's another place. I was confused again.
You're doing great. Thank you.
Oh my God! Thank you so much. Very happy to hear it.
And supplied by the tour, a wet wipe, which to be honest is kind of welcome about now. Feels nice.
Oh, sir?
No, I just said it feels nice.
You want to take it?
Oh, you can keep it for now.
Okay.
When we finished at the gun range.
Okay. Because shooting range, it belongs to the army. I don't talk anything. Yeah.
Right, okay. So we're leaving the official site. One last look at the C-130 and the Huey. Some anti-aircraft guns. So yeah, in theory, there would be tunnels all underneath this whole area.
There's no everything everywhere here.
And it looks like termite mounds are natural in this environment. So using the termite mounds to disguise ventilation is very clever. So this shooting range is actually run by the military. So we're entering into a... Oh no, I thought we were entering the military compound, but I think we're exiting from the Cu Chi compound. Okay. Yeah, there's the sign. If you come up with your own transportation, I guess that's the sign you're looking for. So this is the last moment of the tour, and you can fire a gun. I chose the AK-47. I thought about the M16, but I kind of had to go with the local gun, right? And it's 10 bullets for 600,000. So yeah, these are very effective. I can't hear a thing. I can't hear my voice. And he's got the 10 bullets here. Oh, I see. I was wondering whether we'd be able to pick up the gun, but it's actually strapped into place, which makes sense. Okay. Against my shoulder, I guess. Ah. Misfire. Right out of the gate, I got a misfire. Wow. You really, you feel it in your ears, you feel it everywhere. But because, I don't know, I don't feel it in my shoulder that much. My gosh. And I can see how a soldier would lose track of how many bullets they shot. Because I have no idea. How many did I shoot? No clue. See, I ran out and I didn't know. Oh, one more. The misfire. Yeah, one more. This is the one that could save my life. And I could really feel the barrel heating up at the end. Yeah. That was very cool. Very, very unusual feeling to do that.
Oh, sorry. Can you have no sugar?
I think 5. Maybe it doesn't come back, right? Like the...
No, it doesn't.
This way, this way.
Okay. Because I'm short. ඇඟට මූණේ වදින්නේ නැහැ නේ?
That's all.
That's a really odd thing to do on my birthday. Today's my birthday and it's a really odd thing to do.
What's that? This is your birthday?
Yeah, it's a very odd thing to do on my birthday.
Yeah, there's the shooting range, just leaving now. That last guy, he did both, AK-47 and the M16. And the percussion, the thudding sound of that was very surprising to me. Yeah. It's one of those things I don't think you can imagine what it's like until you do it yourself. And I can imagine if you're in a battle with 100 of those being fired all around you all the time with artillery fire, I think unless you live through it, you really can't imagine what it would be like, I think. Just that deep in my chest when it was going off. That was quite something. Yeah. But it was kind of funny that when we started at the very beginning and Leo was showing us the various weapons and he was talking about the American M16, and he said it was famous for misfiring, and a lot of Americans were killed because their guns malfunctioned. But then I was using the AK-47 in there, and I think the very first 2 bullets were a misfire. And then then at the very end I ran out of bullets, and I had one left that the guy gave me because of the misfire. So yeah, it was the AK-47 that misfired for me. But yeah, I was wondering how they're going to do it, because you can't just let any bozo grab a gun and start firing. So the way they got around that here, I think, is A, we're in Vietnam, rules will be a little bit looser here, and B, the gun was wired and locked into place, so you couldn't actually pick up the gun and point it in any direction except down the firing range. So yeah, there you go. So this is the name of the place, the National Defense Sport Shooting Range. Huh. All right. And that's sort of, yeah, the end of our Cu Chi Tunnel tour. Now the bus is just taking us back to Ho Chi Minh City, like an hour away, I think. So you could see us from somewhere? You could.
Yeah, we were seeing you.
Oh, okay.
Upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Sound was like really loud.
Oh.
But the reality is very loud.
You need that those ear protectors.
Yeah.
They were very strong. I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear my voice. I couldn't hear the gun. There I am, talking.
When you wear the headphone, right?
Yeah, you have to, I think. That's great, thank you. Just got dropped off right in front of my hotel. Tunnel to door service, I guess you'd call it. I already said goodbye to Leo and everybody else in our tour group. They're pretty much dropping everybody off right in front of their hotel, so amazing service. I'm gonna walk, my hotel is right here behind me, but I'm gonna walk this way a little bit just to grab a banh mi and devour it back in my room. And while I'm getting the banh mi, I suppose I can sum it all up now that we're back in town. Took a while to get back in. It's from here 55 kilometers there, and then 55 back, so 110 kilometer round trip. And it's very slow moving traffic. We were never stuck in gridlock traffic jams or anything like that, but it was just slow. You never really, we were at times on something that kind of resembled a highway, but we never ever even approached highway speeds. You never got close. You were just sort of 20, 25, 30 kilometers, maybe 40 kilometers an hour. That would be high speed for that. Just the way the roads are. A lot of trucks parked at the side of the road, loading and unloading, and our bus driver has to stop, wait for a break in traffic to pull out around it over and over again. And then, of course, once we got into the city limits itself, slow down even more. So it's not a quick journey. The Cu Chi Tunnel experience on the whole, definitely worth doing. And even the group tour was a really good idea because I'm on my own. And I think if I went there by myself, I would have a completely different experience, good and bad. On the good side, if I were on my own, I would go much slower. Because with the group, we did move along pretty fast for my taste. If I were there on my own, I'd probably spend 2 to 3 times longer at the site, examining everything, taking pictures of everything, reading everything. But there were many instances in today's tour where I kind of I hung back to take a closer look at something, take a picture, and the group is gone. they're gone in the jungle, and then I can hear Leo starting the next lecture, the next story. It's like, come. So I got to go. So I moved at a much faster pace than I'm comfortable with, but then you get the benefit of being with other people. So when I went down into the tunnels, and I hung back so that I was sort of the last one in the tunnel, the last one to emerge. And then when I emerged, there'd be my whole group would be standing there waiting for me to come out of the tunnel. And everybody go, yay, you know, you've arrived. And then when I was shooting the AK-47, I was able to hand off the camera to another member of our group tour and say, like, would you mind holding the camera? And he said, oh, fine, fine, fine. And you get to chat with people from all around the world, many different countries. So doing the whole group tour thing is, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Physically, as you saw, there are some things to consider. I mean, you could go to the Coochie tunnels and be absolutely fine. But if you want to go into all the tunnels and walk through them all, you do have to think about your physical conditioning a little bit. You heard me huffing and puffing, and I can feel, even now, I can feel my legs burning a little bit. The thigh burn. And I was also because I was holding the GoPro when I was down in the tunnel. But I was reduced to crawling on hands and knees. That was the only way I could make progress. So I got pretty dirty, pretty sweaty, really hot down there inside those tunnels. But a very good experience. So I made sure to do everything. So every time there was a tunnel that we could do, and he asked the group, like, who wants to do it? And everybody was like hemming and hawing. And a lot of people broke down at the one that had the really tiny hole, the little small square you had to fit through. Most people were willing to get into the hole, like up to their neck and even up to their forehead, and they're like, no, I can't go further, and they got to pop back up. But when I found it really hard to get through that trap door. But once I stuck my head underneath, I could see, oh, it's just like all the other tunnels. Like, that entrance was so claustrophobic, you really felt like you were going to get stuck down there. So that's why most people backed out. They couldn't get past that point. But if you went down just a little bit lower, it's like, then you saw the tunnel and the opening. So, okay, once you get through this hard part, then it's just like the other tunnels. So I went all the way in and came up the other side. And coming up the other side wasn't easy either. My shoulders and my hips wouldn't fit through the hole normally. So every time Leo said, okay, here's the next tunnel, who wants to go? I made sure to say, me, I'll go. And that was another good part about being with a group, because I could hand off my knapsack to somebody. Leo took the knapsack most of the time, the guide. So I asked him, would you mind? Because there's no way of getting through that tunnel with this camera bag on my back, no way. And then even my reading glasses, they would have gotten destroyed down there. So I handed them off to a fellow Canadian who was willing to hold on to them until whenever I emerged from the other end of the tunnel. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was quite the experience to shoot the gun, the AK-47. That probably came across in the video from when I was doing it. Just the percussion of the gun was much greater than I thought it would be, and much louder than I thought it would be. But there was no recoil. That was a surprise. I've shot a couple of guns in my life, and I have a strong memory of shooting a shotgun. And I accidentally held the shotgun, the butt of the gun, away from my shoulder. It wasn't tucked in. So when I pulled the trigger, the butt of the shotgun just hit me like a battering ram and knocked me right off my feet. So I was expecting this AK-47 to have a real kick to it. So I snugged it up against my shoulder as tight as I could, but I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel any recoil at all. I just felt this thunderous boom, the percussion, like I said, but there wasn't really any any recoil to speak of. And a couple of other funny things is I was just chatting there. I shot the gun alongside this man who was kind enough to hold my camera for me. He also paid to fire a gun, and he was saying this. I said to him, I totally forgot I was supposed to aim at the target. And he said the same thing, because you're there and you're just concentrating so much on pulling the trigger, on the whole atmosphere, everything going on, that you forget. You're supposed to hit the darn target, right? So I eventually remembered, and I tried to line up the sights. I have no idea if I came anywhere near the target. I remember seeing a puff of dirt on the left and right of the target. I guess I was missing, but I was kind of close. But it was only when I saw that puff of dirt, when my bullet hit the backstop, then I remembered, oh yeah, you're supposed to be aiming for the target. So I completely forgot about that. Plus, as I said while I was shooting the gun, I lost count of the bullets. I knew I paid for 10 bullets. Oddly enough, I think if you do fire a gun, it costs 600,000 dong. And I think that's more expensive than the entire trip, which is I think is somewhere in the range of 500,000 for the half-day tour. So firing 10 bullets is actually costs more than the whole trip put together. But since I was there and I had the opportunity, I really couldn't resist, right? You kind of had to do it while you were there. When else are you going to have the chance to fire off an AK-47? But you pay for 10 bullets, and all 10 bullets have to be fired from the same gun. You can't divide them up and get 5 AK-47, 5 M16 rounds. It's all got to be 10 in the same gun, and I chose the AK, of course. And so you know you've got 10. And again, if you're a soldier in the field, it's pretty important to remember how many bullets you've got left. So I was thinking, I got to count. I paid for 10. Let's count them down. And I completely lost track. So I have no idea. I was just pulling the trigger until the gun ran empty. And at the very end, I thought I had one more bullet. And it just like, oh, there was nothing left. And as I said during the video, had that been real life, yeah, I'd be sitting there shooting at the enemy and I've got no bullets left and I would have been killed. Yeah, I still have my original questions that I mentioned, and I didn't really ask Leo my questions because I don't think he would have known the answer. One question being, why there? Why Cu Chi? Why was it considered to be such an important part of the tunnel complex? What was there that made it so important? Why there as opposed to there or somewhere else, right? And I also wondered whether the tunnels were very, like overall, did they have a major effect on the military strategy of either side? Like I can see those tunnels being very useful in guerrilla war, just all over the country, like every little guerrilla unit, 5 soldiers, 20 soldiers, whatever, every village, I can see them digging tunnels, small little tunnels, and then it would be a very effective place from which to ambush soldiers and places you could attack, then you could retreat, dive into the tunnels and hide and be safe. I can see it being very effective in a small skirmish is what I'm saying, but I don't see those tunnels as being a major strategic element of a big campaign because they're just too small. You can't get anything through those tunnels. You know, human beings could barely fit through those tunnels. I could barely fit. So it's not like you're going to be dragging heavy artillery. There were no rooms down there for storing ammunition, for storing weapons. And I'm thinking of this in particular because I saw some tunnel complexes that the Japanese dug in Sumatra recently during World War II. Yeah, in the town of Padang on the coast. And man, those tunnels were huge. There was a massive underground complex. You could drive vehicles through those tunnels, and they had armaments rooms, like entire very large rooms stretching 100 meters only for storing ammunition and weapons. And they had like 10 of those in a row. And then they had big rooms that they dug underground for soldiers to sleep in. They had barracks underground. So it really was like a city and a military complex underground with high ceilings. Like I said, you could drive large vehicles through those tunnels. So they dwarf what I saw today at Cu Chi. No, thank you. And so yeah, it just raises the question of exactly what was the effect of these tunnels in terms of the overall military strategy. So I have that question in my mind. And I was thinking of, I was doing a lot of reading recently and watching documentaries about the battle for Iwo Jima. And there, of course, the Japanese were deeply dug into the mountains of Iwo Jima, they basically dug out entire mountains, and they fought from those tunnels, and the Americans had nearly an impossible time fighting the Japanese because the Japanese had this tunnel complex that they were fighting out of. But my impression is that the Iwo Jima tunnels were also huge by comparison, and the Japanese had major firepower in there. They had artillery and mortar. They had, modern weaponry inside the tunnels, and they could roll it out to the street, roll it out to the cliff, fire their weapons, and then they could pull their weapons back in again, and now they would be hidden, and the Americans couldn't blow them up or even see them. But again, these Cu Chi tunnels were on an entirely different scale. They're more like an ant colony in a way, where ants could get through the tunnels, but that's all. You're not going to get anything else through there. Nobody's driving a Jeep down these tunnels. You're not storing artillery. You're not putting 1,000 mortar shells down there. There just isn't enough room. So it got me thinking about that from a military point of view. And the traps as well. I talked about that already. I wondered whether the traps were effective in reality. Did American soldiers ever step into these things? I know there were a lot of landmines, and those are very effective, but all the traps that they showed us look very exciting from a jungle point of view. We see it in movies all the time, but again, I don't know how effective they really were during the conflict. It'd be interesting to know. And along the same lines, I think that if you really wanted to know about the tunnels, their history, everything about them, you'd be well served to do your own research beforehand. A tour like that with a group of people with varying levels of interest, you're not going to have the opportunity to go really in depth into the history, the engineering, construction, effectiveness in military campaigns. So, for example, I read that the tunnels were instrumental during the Tet Offensive in 1968, and I'd love to know a lot more about that. But a guided tour like this is not the place, really, to ask your guide, oh, how effective, like what role did these tunnels play in the Tet Offensive? If those are your kinds of questions, well, I think you have to find those things out on your own. Maybe you'll get a tour guide who happens to be a history buff and speaks English well enough to deal with questions like that, but I think that would be very rare. So I think you just have to go along with the tone of the tour you're on. And the tone of the tour I was on was more of a casual, enjoy the day, hang out with friends and your traveling companions. It wasn't like a study of the Cu Chi tunnels and their role in the Indochina and American wars, things like that. So I was very glad that I did a whole bunch of reading on my own, and I'll probably do quite a bit more now that I've seen the place again. I don't know if I finished the one story I was telling, though. I was talking about physical fitness and just saying that you can go there at any level of physical fitness as long as you stay above ground, is what I'm saying. But if you do want to go into all the tunnels, you better know what your limits are, because I could see people getting stuck down there just because their legs can't hold them up anymore, and then they can't actually move forward through the tunnels. But that, yeah, I had one very funny moment in there because I was going through the tunnel, and I was I made sure to be the last person in my group because I knew I wanted to shoot video, and I knew I wanted to go slowly, and I didn't want to hold anybody up. So I made sure to be the last person. And then it was lucky I was the last person because I was barely able to make any progress moving forward, holding the GoPro in one hand, crouched down, my thighs on fire. It was really hard to move forward, and I ended up crawling on my hands and knees. It was the only way I could make any progress. And then I heard voices right behind me. And then I started to hurry up because I thought I was blocking the tunnels. But then when I got to a point where there was a little corner, and I thought, okay, I can duck here I can step to the side, make room for all the people behind me to get by the slowpoke, i.e. me. But then when I stepped aside and turned around, there was nobody there. But I could hear their voices just as clear as if they were like standing or kneeling right beside me. And that was kind of funny, just how good the acoustics were down there. So, but yeah, I think that was the highlight of the day for me, just going into the tunnels, having the group cheer when I emerged from the other side. This whole question of who dares go into the tunnel, and we're all making judgments. And in the most difficult tunnel, there were 2 places where you could bail. So I guess it's not that terribly serious. This is the longest tunnel, maybe 60, 70, 80 meters long, I'm not sure. But you can do the first 20 meters, and if you're realizing, no, this is too much for me, you can duck out to the left and pop back up to the surface. Or you can do another 20 meters, and then there's another emergency exit there. So you don't, even though you start at the beginning, you don't have to go all the way to the end. There are points along the way where you can abandon the attempt and go back to the surface. And I was never tempted to do that because I figured, well, yeah, I'm here for the whole experience. So I got the whole experience from beginning to end. So there you have it. Half-day trip to Cu Chi Tunnels. They call it half day, but to be honest, I mean, it started at 7:30 this morning, and we didn't get back here until 3 o'clock because it was an hour, 45-minute ride. The drive took nearly 2 hours to come back. Oh, we had one other small adventure I should mention. One member of our group, a woman in our group, lost her phone. We were driving away. We were driving away from the gun range on our way back to Ho Chi Minh City, and then she suddenly was feeling her pockets and looking in her bags and was like, ooh, I don't have my phone. Where could it be? And she spoke to Leo, our guide, and they instantly just turned the bus around, went all the way back, and they went to all the last 2 places where we were. One rest area at the end of the Cu Chi tunnels, looked for her phone there, but they couldn't find it. And then they went to the firing range connected to the military, because that's the last place we were. By the way, that firing range, I didn't realize that they had an observation level. So I was down there shooting the gun. I thought everybody was still just sitting on the bus waiting, but they had all come in, and then they went up onto like an observation platform on the 2nd level, and they were looking down over top, and a whole bunch of them were taking video from up there on their smartphones. And then while we were on the bus, they showed me the video on the smartphones. And that was really cool. I had no idea that was going on, but everybody was up there watching while there were 4 of us in total paid the fee to fire a gun. And one guy at the very end, he had a 360 camera. He asked me if I would hold his camera. I was happy to do that for him. And he paid 2 times. So he paid for 10 bullets on the AK-47 and 10 bullets on the American M16. So he was fighting for both sides of the war. Very sneaky. Yeah, I only fought on one side. But luckily and happily, and everyone applauded when she came back on the bus, she found her phone. She left it behind in the observation deck of the gun range and just left it there, I guess in full view, and nobody took it. And I've been hearing a lot of stories from different people saying that's a very common experience here. People I know here, friends of mine, will go to a coffee shop, sit down at a table, lay out their laptop, their smartphones, all their valuables, and then they'll just get up, leave it there, and go to the bathroom, go to a convenience store, get a cold drink, and they'll be gone for like 10, 15 minutes, half an hour, and they don't worry about it at all. And then they just come back and everything is still there sitting on the table. So I'm getting this message from a lot of people that people here are very trustworthy, and you don't have to worry about your possessions like that. So when she left her phone behind, and we were gone for a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, and by the time we got back, the phone was sitting right there. Nobody took it, and she was able to get it back. So can you imagine the relief she felt? Yeah, I can imagine it. So yeah, I think that's it. End of the Cu Chi Tunnel half-day tour. Enjoyed that a lot. A lot of interesting elements to it. I'd recommend it to anybody, history buff or not. It's just an entertaining day. On a group tour like that, I should say, there wasn't a lot of time for eating or drinking. We stopped for a cold drink. You had to buy yourself. That wasn't included in the price of the tour. And on this half-day tour, there's no lunch included or anything like that. There was a restaurant there, and if you were there on your own and could control your own time, yeah, you could sit down and have a meal and buy it yourself. But with the tour group, we had kind of a schedule we were sticking to. So I could smell food. I saw a restaurant there, but I didn't have anything to eat, mainly because there wasn't time. So that's it. Gonna duck inside, take a shower. Gotta rinse off my pants. Look at that. When you crawl through Viet Cong tunnels on your hands and knees, your pants are gonna get a little bit dirty, so be prepared for that. They did say in the message, like the info message about this tour, make sure you bring mosquito repellent because there's going to be a lot of mosquitoes, but I didn't see any. I wore long pants just in case there were a lot of mosquitoes in the jungle, but we didn't see any mosquitoes at all. We saw a lot of those, a lot of the big, long, creepy crawlies, but we didn't see any mosquitoes, so. But I was still glad to wear the long pants just for crawling through the tunnel because I was on my hands and knees much of the time and I needed the pants to protect my knees. Yeah. To be honest, I scraped myself up pretty good. I scraped up my toes and my feet. They're all kind of scraped. Everything's dirty. I need a shower, and I'm going to take these pants into the shower with me and give them a good rinsing. They need it. All right. I think those are all my stories for now. Shutting down after the Cu Chi Tunnel half-day tour. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.